piece of oak in the woods.
Spamming fireball.
Hey Studio Pals, welcome back to the channel. We are still doing our evaluation of the WeCreate Vision Pro 45 watt laser engraver, and we have an upcoming fall festival known as the Feast of the Goblin King, where I have used exclusively the WeCreate Vision Pro to generate all of our laser wares for that particular event. And we're going to show you what some of the highlights of that event are like, and some of how I've put the things that we sell at that event together using the Vision Pro 45 watt. So enjoy. We've launched Make It software, and I'm going to go ahead and load the Vision Pro with some scrap wood that I've got lying around all over the place. Once I get that loaded, I'm going to go ahead and do an autofocus. With the LiDAR focus, it doesn't really take long, and we know it's going to be hyper accurate. Once I get the focus set, then we're going to go back into our software, Make It software. We'll go ahead and hit refresh, and we get an image of our wood. Now I'm just going to go down here into import, and I'm going to import an SVG file that I've already got made. This is little tokens that we actually use for the feast. This is what people get when they actually sign up and pay for the feast, and there's a lot of these. And so the easiest way to do this, I'm going to take this fish one over here. The easiest way to do this is to take these, put them in place about where you want it, and then go up into the array. This menu item is right here at the very top, and as soon as you click it, you'll see that you get several of these that appear. They're about a millimeter apart, and it starts with 2 columns by 2 rows. Well, we know we need a lot more than that, so I'm going to go ahead and set the column width to, let's say 10. And we can see that that's going outside of our screen, so let's set it back to 9, and that looks about perfect. I'll go ahead and confirm that. And what we need to do is make more of them, because I think there's like 32 of each of these. And so I'll go ahead and just grab one and copy it, and then I'll paste it down here, and then I'll do the same thing. We'll just run the array command again from up in our menu here. We'll get our 4, and let's say, I don't know, how many do we think we need to go all the way across this board? Probably somewhere around 8. And that seems to be just perfect right there. So now that we've gotten them all in place, I'm going to go ahead and set the power on the cut line, which is around the perimeter of these, to somewhere around 80. And then the engrave, which is somewhere around, I don't know, I think we got it set for 70, let's say 72. And then we'll go ahead and put our speed to about our 150, that's for the engrave, 10 for the cut speed, and let's say 75 power and 150 speed for the engrave. So obviously we want the cut to happen after the engrave, so we'll put it down below it and make sure that your settings are proper for that, because otherwise it'll obviously cut first and then engrave second. I'll go ahead and get this fish feast token set up, and we'll go ahead and run our array command. Now you'll notice it's kind of transparent. That's because I have it ignored for processing, just in case I was actually going to cut the first ones, the lamb feast tokens first, and since we have more wood, I think I'll go ahead and run this one too. So hit the array command, we get our 4, and probably 6 or 5 of these. Yep, perfect. And then we will go ahead and confirm that, since we have all of our cut lines set for 80 power and 10 speed. Let's go ahead and start this. And once we get a confirmation of our processing status, it will tell us that this is going to take an hour and 50 minutes. That's quite a lot of cutting, so that's typical. And I'm going to go ahead and do a framing right now. And it's just old school habit that I have adopted from using different software. And that just shows where the laser head is going to be traveling during the cutting. And that looks like it is going to be set just perfect. This is a mug strap or a tankard strap, and they're really popular at these events that we go to, these Renaissance fairs and local events, basically for garb. So I'm just taking some strips of leather that I got from my local distributor. I think it's just belt leather. You can get it at wholesale prices for fairly cheap. I'm going to go ahead and just place it in here and refresh the software. And I've brought my cut template in already. It was an SVG file, and I'm just going to go look for a spooky image. I think there's this skull. It's a PNG file, so it has a transparent background. And it comes in rather large like usual, so you'll have to resize it. It has to be rotated so that it looks proper, and it has to rotate in a specific direction so that the front of the tankard strap looks correct. It doesn't have an inverted image. So these two will go here, the next two will go in the opposite direction, and then I think there's enough room for maybe one more image. What's really nice about the MakeIt software is that it shows you your alignment, whether or not you've got everything centered, and the camera really helps to just place whatever item you've got on the desktop, and you can go from there and align everything perfectly. I'm going to copy these and put them in place. These are the ones that have to be rotated. And I think there's like a total of 5 images that will fit on one of these tankard straps, or just a single image that can go all the way down the side of it. It's kind of ambiguous. Now, once I've got all my images in place, I'm going to go over to my layers menu off to the left hand side here, and you'll see that there's several layers here that I'm actually not using. There's a green one, and then there's a brown one. I've got those selected to ignore for processing. Now, I've already selected 2mm leather vegetable tanned, and I'm going to go ahead and just select what looks dark and what looks good. Here's 78 power and 305 millimeters a second. We'll go with that. That's our engrave. And our cut is going to be somewhere around the same that I use for wood, because this is so thick. So I've got 80% power and 9 speed on that one. And that's going to be what we use. And these other 2 layers are still ignored for processing because I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't need them for this particular file. Let's start this one and see what happens. Now it says 9 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yeah, Shepherd's Pie is just potatoes on top of stuff.
What I do say was that I got an awful shock. Her skip was a kilt and her name was Jock.
Gotta try and grab everybody. I didn't even grab myself. What? Oh, he went down.
He ran to that stupid table.
Did he? He's like, I'm okay. I found the coolest piece of oak in the woods. It will be my new staff. But I need some assistance from Grunt.
Somebody brought me a Thai beanie baby rat.
In the cage.
Double fireball. spamming fireball. It's like a bunch of fireballs.
Are you a shulker, bro? Huh? You sound like a shulker. Shulker?
Other sounds are going out. Yeah, I have to pay attention to the dude saying. So the number of times my students have the risottos, is it safe in front of us? Is there range there?